Welcome, everybody. Thank you for taking time to check this out. What matters to you? I did a little slide presentation. I'm going to run through this and I'll lead us through a guided meditation. Feel free to email me with your questions. We have a gazillion demands being made on us, right? Everybody has their own thing that they're dealing with, whether it's the family, whether you have a family or you want a family or you had a family, the job, whether you don't have a job, whether you're looking for a job, whether you have a job but it's not secure, or you have a secure job but your company is wobbling. I mean, there's all sorts of scenarios running around right now. Our health, if I'm in good health or I'm dealing with illness, or I just worry about it because of my family, my past, my parents, or my brothers and sisters, or all sorts of finances. I'm struggling financially. I'm okay financially. I'm worried about the future financially. All of these things are drawing on our energy, on our attention, and we're being bombarded from many, many different perspectives of how we should be dealing with each one of these things. In so many ways, in so many places, at every level, from the top right down to the most hurting part of our communities that get no attention unless it's bad attention. Or maybe they do get attention, they just don't get enough. And each of us individually is bearing the brunt of this in our own individual way. We all have coping mechanisms: eating, drinking, sleeping, shopping, TV, social media, exercise. Even exercise can be an escape. If it's not being done consciously, you're exercising, but your mind's at war. I caught myself at war again, cutting the grass. And I realize that happens a lot. Mentally, we're being bombarded. Energetically, we're being bombarded. It's an uneasy time that we as individuals are feeling. What do? Well, we're kind of encouraged to externalize our rage and our frustration, externalize our sense of powerlessness. It boils up in hate, judgment. We can see that reflected again at every level of our society. You know, if you were to consider that what we see in the news and the media was happening all the time, it would be a nightmare. When I grew up in Northern Ireland, there were troubles that happened, and there were people that were living a nightmare, but there were a lot of people in Northern Ireland whose lives went on regardless. And that's what's happening with the vast majority of people in this country. Their lives are going on regardless. But they're mentally and emotionally all of these places that have been traumatized. Even though I'm not there, I'm still traumatized by it, mentally, emotionally, physically. So what matters? It's how we respond to what's going on. Because I, in this moment, can't change what's going on all around the country, all around the world. And it's not just in America, it's everywhere. There is trauma in people's lives everywhere. And our reaction feeds the internal discontent. It feeds the sense of powerlessness. It feeds the rage. It just kind of gets built up to the point where I'm just like, right? And that kills us internally, further aggravating our discontent. And this vicious cycle ends up in creating disease. We take more medications than anybody in the world. We're the most advanced culture, apparently, but we're highly sedated because we're caught in this vicious circle of being under stress and not knowing how to deal with it. Because we feel powerless. We have to move from the mind that's been driven by fear. We have to. We cannot solve the problem with the mind that is driven by fear, because the fear-based mind operates on our past experience, which is to repeat what worked in the past and avoid what didn't. And so it's very, very limited in its perspective. It's very limited in the solutions. We have to connect to our energy body, the higher power within us, the superior intelligence that keeps us alive all day long, that operates this amazing machine that I am, that you are. We have to connect there, because when we move out of the mind and we move into the intelligence of the energy body, we start to restore our body, because our body's not built to be in fight or flight. And that's what mental stress is. Mental stress keeps the body in fight or flight. I've got to run away, I've got to bury my head in the sand, or I've got to fight. And that's only really applicable if I'm being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, or I happen to be one of the very unfortunate people who are being confronted with violence physically. But thank God the vast majority of us are not. So we can't allow our bodies to operate like we are, because it's killing us. It's killing us. You can do it slowly, you can do it fast. It's still happening. So we have to be able to feel and integrate our emotions. One of the parts of this is to feel the disappointment, the sadness of our lack of control, the sadness of our inability to affect change right now. In a 12-step program, you're taught to constantly look if we're carrying grudges, resentments, because resentments are the mental circular patterns that we repeat over and over and over again. And I win every argument in my mind. By doing this, I'm constantly filling my body with cortisol and adrenaline. And my body can deal with 50, 90, 120 seconds, 180 seconds, whatever it is. It's not long. And then rebounds, stress, rebounds, stress, rebounds. But if I'm constantly in stress, then I'm just wearing myself down. So I'm constantly in a state of tension and not even aware of it. And then you have this scenario where you have the straw that broke the camel's back, and somebody says something to you and you blow up completely out of proportion to the situation, and you wonder what the hell's going on, because you're out of your mind. You're out of your higher power's mind, and you're caught up in your survival mind. And our survival mind is our friend. We just need to get it back in balance. That's what matters. Otherwise, I'm just going to add to the underbelly of discontent. We have to move from thinking to feeling. And feeling, we've been told, is not sadness and happiness. It is tingling, numbness, tension, constriction, pain, heat, cold, twitching, coughing, crying. These are the body's language to integrate, to draw our attention out of the mind, first of all, and then to integrate back into the autonomic nervous system. And when we connect with that feeling body, that sensation body, which is done by allowing ourselves to feel the emotional reaction to what's happening in our world. Just think of how much disappointment you're carrying. It depends on your age, depends on a million things, but there isn't anybody that gets through life without scars, wounds. We're all carrying it. And if we don't create an environment of safety to allow ourselves to feel it, to really allow ourselves to feel it, then it's going to be a constriction upon our experience of life. When we allow ourselves to feel it, that energy is released and we start connecting to our being nature, which is filled with wisdom beyond our mind's capacity. We call it intuition, we call it insight. You hear children say things and you go, where'd a 5-year-old come up with that? They have access to an infinite supply of knowledge and wisdom that is available to us all the time when we connect with our being nature. Where the solutions arise. And everybody's solution is different because we're all different ages, different sexes, different cultures, different worlds, different paths. But we all share the same higher power. The energy body, the universal energy body, the eternal energy body, the source of creation. We all share that. We're just here individuated to play a role. Big or small is irrelevant. There is no big or small in eternity. There's no big or small in universal terms. It's all big, and yet it's all small. So what is the thing that you're seeing that has changed so dramatically beyond your control that is throwing you off the beam? Because the thing that really, really matters is to get back on the beam, to move from the fear to the higher power within us that can give our body the rest and restoration we need, can give our mind the capacity to see our reality completely differently. Einstein says you can't fix the problem with the same mind that created it. We have to get out of our mind. Well, where do we go if we get out of our mind? We get into our body, and our body leads us into our being, our higher mind, the wisdom body, and the bliss body. That's what we need to connect to, because that's where we get a solution as to how to be today, and maybe how to be tomorrow, but for sure how to be right now. And then we respond, which doesn't drive the mental body crazy. We don't drive our physical body crazy. We don't have our heart racing. We don't have our blood pressure going up through the roof. We don't have our organs being constricted. We operate from a place of power. Power, not weakness. Power, not fear. don't look at everybody else for a solution. Look to yourself. Christ said the kingdom of heaven is within. Seek that first, and everything else will be given to you. Our individual paths are just that. They're not the same as anybody else's. There is the common denominator. From the spiritual point of view, we're all one spirit. From the physical point of view, we're all energy. From a global point of view, we're all one. Just 7 billion different mind states. So don't look to somebody else for the solution. You can find people to walk alongside you and hold you in encouragement and sharing their experience. It's so hard not to tell people what to do, because we all think we know what everybody else's solution is. You can only share your experience, what you did, what worked, and what didn't work. That's the lesson you can share, that I can share, that I'm sharing. How many years did I listen to wisdom? Intelligent, grounded, holy, well-intended people. And it went in one ear, maybe stayed around for a little while, and then it went out the other ear. Ooh. So what really matters? What really matters is that we withdraw our attention from the external world. We don't get the opportunity to go live in a cave and discard our westernized lifestyle and say, forget it. Well, you might, but the vast majority of us don't. We're here. This is where we are. Let's be here. Let's be here. I spend so much of my time trying to figure out what to do in the future. So the only way to be here now is to recognize what's going on inside as opposed to what's going on outside. Allow myself to feel it, feel the sadness, feel the shame, feel the grief, feel the disappointment, feel the anger, feel the rage. And as we allow ourselves to feel that, we move deeper and deeper and deeper into our energy body, and that connects us to our being. It's the doorway. It's the key. That's where we move from the external to the internal. From that place, we're not out of the world. We're still in the world. The world's still here, but we see it from a different viewpoint, a new pair of glasses, a new brain, a new level of intelligence, awareness. That's what matters. Then we know what to do tomorrow, today, right now. So when you get yourself ready for a Yoga Nidra, we're going to move through the koshas. And if you have an intention, we use it. If there's something you'd like clarity or resolution on, we can bring that up. Any distractions, just use them as a way of reconnecting inside. You acknowledge the distraction, come back inside. Turn off your phone. Put the dogs outside. Get yourself comfortable. That's it. So close your eyes. Quiet your mind. Be still. Let go of all thoughts, worry, and tension. Give yourself fully to the higher power within you. And give yourself permission to relax, to trust, and to let go. Now breathe in fully and exhale with a deep sigh. And again. Now bring your intention into your awareness. If you're unclear about your intention, just see what appears in your field of awareness. Or if you have an issue that you would like clarity or resolution on, bring that into your awareness now. Let go of any effort to make anything happen. Now bring your attention to the face. With your next exhalation, allow all expression to drop from the face. Releasing the tiny muscles around the eyes. Allowing the eyeballs to rest back in their sockets. Releasing the tiny muscles around the mouth. The tongue resting in the mouth. The lower jaw gently opening and softening. Allowing the cheeks to soften towards the floor. The neck softening and easing. Simply be available to the entire range of sensations in the face and head. Now drop into a sense of your whole bodily presence. Embrace this moment's experience, undistorted by what you like or don't like. This becomes your connection to Source. Allow your body to respond to my words directly and non-mentally. Shift from thinking and doing to feeling and being. From that very relaxed state, follow my guidance as we begin the soul hum breath. Start breathing in through the nostrils and guide your breath and attention steadily from the third eye along the spine, ending at the base of the spine. As you exhale, guide your breath and attention upwards along the spine to the third eye. Continue with this breath. Stay focused and feel the energy follow your attention along the spine. Now we will integrate this breath with the non-vocal sound of so hum. With each inhalation, feel the sound of so as the breath flows from the third eye to the base of the spine. And with each exhalation, feel the sound of hum flowing up the base of the spine to the third eye. Remain totally absorbed in the subtle vibration of sound and energy moving along the spine. Sound, breath, sensation, and attention in complete synchronicity. Be deeply engaged, totally absorbed, and completely merge into oneness. Now breathe normally and bring your attention to rest in the third eye, the point between the eyebrows. and bathe your whole body and being in the unified experience of soul hum, sound, and breath. Feel your whole body lying still, feeling safe and comfortable. Give yourself the permission to enter the deepest level of relaxation right now. Let go. Let go completely. Follow my guidance as we move through different parts of the body. Let your attention rest on each body part as I name it without comment or judgment. All 10 toes, both ankles, both knees, pelvis, abdomen, chest, arms, throat, face, back of the head, shoulder blades, spine, buttocks, calves, heels, soles of the feet. Sense the whole body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. The whole body. The whole body in awareness. Feel the whole body contained in vast, spacious awareness. Surrender the entire weight of the body to gravity. Feel the whole body sinking down. With each breath in, sense a cushion of vital energy surrounding and permeating the body. Until the entire body is felt as a pulsing, tingling energy field. Energy surrounding every cell of the body. The whole body breathing in. The whole body breathing out. The life force growing with each breath in and each breath out. Sensing the shift now into the mental body. Notice the emptiness of the body and the silence of the mind. The mental field held in absolute stillness and inner tranquility. Thoughts and images moving through without comment or judgment. Entering the subtler dimension of the wisdom body. Remain the neutral observer, receiving what is exactly as it is, unconditioned by the past. Feel yourself freed from limiting tendencies and the unconscious forces of the past. You are now free to create your experience of life, moving from conditioned knowledge to the knowing of the self within. Dissolving into the bliss body. Sense the light of the source illuminating the entire being. The whole being luminous, radiant, shining the light of consciousness. Bring your attention to the center between your eyebrows. Drop into the deepest level of relaxation. Feel completely safe and comfortable as you hand yourself over to the power and protection of the presence. Feel it. Hand over all fear and anxiety about all that you want to change, control, and manage. Replace it with trust and faith in the higher power within you. Here, your intention and affirmations are actualized and fulfilled with effortless ease. Bring your intention into your awareness, repeating it silently 3 times. If you have self-defeating patterns or habits that are holding you back, that you want to be freed from, make that your intention now. Have faith and trust that it has been heard and is being acted upon by a higher power of the source within you. There is no need for you to do anything about it. Bring your attention back to the center between the eyebrows. Feel all the energies of your body from all meridians activated, purified, and balanced. All channels are open. The life force is flowing freely, healing the body, calming the mind. Open your heart and feel content. respond effortlessly to what I say. I am free and clear of all that has happened in the past. I am light, unburdened, and free. The more often you go to your source, the easier it will be to return there, and the longer you can stay there. Feel the presence of your own spiritual guides surrounding you, blessing you. Accept their blessing and grace. Embody it. Spread it wherever you go. You are the emissary of light and love. Carry it everywhere you go, to everyone you meet. If you have an area that you feel needs healing, physical, mental, or emotional, allow this light and love to flow into that area now. Now begin to become aware of the rising and falling of the breath. Slowly feel yourself beginning to rise to the surface of awareness. Sense the body resting on the floor. And the quality of the air as it touches the skin. Bring your intention into your awareness again. Change nothing. Every time you find yourself in reaction, you are empowered to replace it with your intention. Become aware of your body. Bring a deep sense of peace and contentment with you as you bring attention back to the body. Notice how relaxed the body is, how soft the breath is, how silent the mind is, and how quiet the heartbeat is. Be grateful know that you can easily enter here again and again. And this brings us to the end of our meditation.